Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. We have got some updates to talk about today, don't we, since the last time we went live? Excellent stuff. What's going on, people? Yes, Riley, what we saying? I'm not sure why, but my chat is not loading up right now. Colin, yes, all right, here we go. Philip Jones has joined the membership. First off, soon as we start the stream. Shout out to you, Philip. Doing good, mate. Doing very good. My final live of the time in America. So this is basically like the end of the Club World Cup trip, basically. So this is my last stream for about 2 days. I say that as if we're going on some massive vacation. We're not. I'm literally just going to England. And then I'll be streaming again from Sunday, I think. So yeah, we're going to be live for a good hour or so this morning. And then I've got to go and pick up a hire car to then drive to New York today. Bring back the random country local football vlogs. I'm guessing you're referring to the one I did in Thailand. I'll try and do some more of those. More GBFC will be a bigger thing next season. It's difficult when you're constantly moving around. Xavi in London, I think that's not him. Like, people have just taken a photo of someone with dreadlocks walking around Stamford Bridge and just assumed that it must be Xavi Simons. Mudryk in the thumbnail today. Well, we're going to go through the latest with Mudryk because there is some updates with him. And it's not good news. It was also taken 10 days ago. Yeah. People believe what they want to believe, man. You know what I mean? Like, if people want to believe that that is Xavi Simons, fair enough. It seems to be very slow today. The stairs behind me look lethal. I mean, if you've had 20 pints of beer and you close your eyes, probably. But they are very much normal stairs. No, Mudryk, good news. Unfortunately, not any good news, mate. It looks as though the club might be suing Mudryk, which is, I mean, that's not good news at all, really, is it? A player that you bring in with so many high expectations, and then you end up suing the guy. Not ideal. Xavi's being held hostage by Fabrizio. Must confirm that that's not true. I don't know why I read these comments out. Xavi Simons watch along on Saturday. Saturday, I land in the UK, and then I'm going to a new place. So I need to wait until the afternoon to check in. So there might be an afternoon stream on Saturday, maybe. How do I join the membership? I don't actually know how to do it. I wish I could help you there. But I've never actually become a member of someone's channel before, so I don't actually know. So let me get the news conveyor belt going. But we signed Yoral Hato. This is the first stream that we've done since it's been confirmed. Obviously, he's not signed entirely yet, but the deal is there in principle with Ajax, which is a good sign. There's not going to be any issues with personal terms. We know that much. Any updates on Vega? Not right now. But Hato's a Chelsea boy. Jackson and Nkunku are still looking to offload them. Just going to let a few more people join in before we go through the news. Make sure you hit the like button on the stream, guys, and make sure you are subscribed to GBFC if you haven't already done so you don't miss anything. There's already been 2 videos uploaded since Yoel Hato signed. Solomon has become a member. Thank you. 2 new members in the first 5 minutes of the stream. Appreciate it. There's going to be a lot of streams coming your way next season, so it's a good time. Hato is basically a better version of Vega. Good signing. Well, we basically have if as long as we sell Vega for what we say we're going to sell him for, we have funded the signing of a better player by buying Vega and then selling him. So whether you like the model or not, whether you agree with it, whether you think it's actually a long-term success plan, this is successful. This is a great piece of business. Chelsea sell Vega and use the Vega money to buy a better, younger player. Like, that's a win. Garnacho and Palmer could click. Well, Palmer could click with anybody, man. Anyone with a footballing brain who can actually finish and play at a high level, Cole Palmer can click with them for sure. And I've kind of just accepted the fact that Garnacho to Chelsea is probably going to happen. And as long as he can get rid of this, just the bullshit stuff that happens off the field, as long as his brother just doesn't chime in the moment he's not in the starting 11 with complaints and public outcry, surely Garnacho should see the response, or he's aware of the response. He's a young lad. He's probably on socials all the time. He can see what it is that Chelsea fans aren't quite buying into. Liam Caccioni, thank you very much. I'm scared Chelsea won't pay the money for Simmons. I think we will. I think we're trying to offload Nkunku or maybe Jackson right now. I just think Nicolas Jackson is gonna thrive at Chelsea this season. I really do. Nicolas Jackson off the bench in the Premier League is a danger to anyone. Thank you, Liam, for the super chat. Did the score end 1-0 to Spurs? Let me check, actually. It was 1-0. It was a goal from the halfway line. It's a proper pre-season goal. Barcelona scored 7, I think, against Seoul FC. Ferran Torres on the score sheet. Victor Gyökeres made his debut, but I think Arsenal lost. Thomas Frank. 7-3 it finished. FC Seoul 3, Barcelona 7. That's a proper friendly. Did Arsenal win? I literally can't see the score anywhere. It's such a small game that it doesn't seem to be anywhere. Did I see AC Milan won 9-0? I did see that, yes. Jackson was only a threat to us off the bench versus Flamingo. Still 1-0 in the 90th minute. Is Arden Jashari stuff true? Well, we're being linked. All right. Arsenal lost to Spurs 1-0. Literally full time just as we start streaming. Did I see that Petrovic had a bit of a stinker yesterday? I saw he conceded 4 goals. Let's all laugh at Arsenal. Why not? It's always nice. All right, I've got 600 of you in here so far. So I don't really know too much about this Ardon Jashari guy. But I'm looking him up now on FB Ref. You go on transfer marks too. I literally don't know anything about him. Oh, so many ads on that page now. So he plays for Club Brugge right now. Apparently he's worth 32 million euros. Bloody hell. Central midfielder / defensive midfielder. Currently he's got a probability of a transfer to AC Milan of 83%. There's literally so many ads on this page I can hardly read it. What has happened to Transfermarkt? I don't understand. Like, how have I not managed to hear about this guy? Yashiri. Okay, so it's not a J. Yashiri. Yashari. Shearer, Nicolo Shearer, transfer expert, believes Chelsea have signed Xavi Simons. There's a lot of people out there right now also who are trying to claim that this deal has been signed, done, just so that they can be the first ones to report it. I'm not saying that this is the case for Nicolo Shearer, by the way. I'm just saying that as a collective thing where take it with a pinch of salt until we've got clarification across the board from multiple journalists. I wouldn't be convinced that Xavi Simons has signed yet, to be honest. I think it's still very much a work in progress. Chelsea is still looking to offload Nkunku. There's also a possibility that we will also sell Nicolas Jackson. So I think it'd be far too soon to say that Xavi Simons is done. It might be. Maybe Chelsea are waiting to do that double announcement. I don't know. We've had the confirmation from what's it called? Fabrizio and Ornstein saying that Hato is done. A ton of hype, but never happens. I hope not. Why Garnacho? I mean, listen, Garnacho is a young player still. He's clearly got ability and talent. And he's got great goal catalogue. He shoots a lot, which is a big positive. And maybe he just needs to move out of Manchester United. We've seen it before. Rashford at Aston Villa second half of the season. Rashford looked like his career was done at Man United. Not just at Man United, but his whole career. He was awful. Goes to Aston Villa, kicks on again. Now he's got to move to Barcelona. I guarantee you Rashford has a very good season at Barcelona. Manchester United are the problem. Arsenal are just shit with or without a striker. I'm not buying into that just because they lost a friendly to Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham are going to be the surprise package this year. I'm telling you. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't want it to be the case. Nicolo Shearer is a very good transfer expert. I mean, look, I've not heard of him before this Xavi Simons story, but I am checking his stuff. And he does seem to be very convinced that he's going to be there. He's going to sign. No Tottenham Arsenal game is a friendly. I mean, yeah, technically it's not a friendly, but it is a friendly, you know. Arsenal still saying trust the process. Xavi deal is done, says Knox Gunny. Apparently Simons was at the bridge a few weeks ago. I don't think that was true. I mean, he might have been, but I don't think those pictures or that video is him. Like, it's just not him. What is the logic behind signing Garnacho? Well, let's actually take a look at that logic potentially, because why is that not saved? This stupid website. Hang on. Let me move this to the bottom right corner. Okay. And then we move that. I think I've cooked it. Hang on. Yeah, so this is the depth that we've got in the squad across various different positions with players that can play in different roles, okay? So when you add Garnacho into this, it will probably look something like this. Four options off the left wing, because I still think Simmons will line up here. And then we'll probably see that. Or alternatively, it can be the progression through a Gusto or a James up this side. What are we saying? Okay, let's go. We can have a look at Nicolas Shearer's account now. Let's pull it up. Okay, so here's his page. Put that centrally a little bit. Okay. Hang on. It's being real clunky. Right, this is Nicolas Shearer's account. So this is the guy that is currently reporting that Xavi Simmons to Chelsea is a done deal. Let me follow him. So he also is talking here about Dan and Doy. 46 million Nottingham Forest are paying for him. That's a big deal. So much news. Isn't the transfer window just absolutely mad? Like, look at this guy. He's just... There's so many deals going on. It's like flipping air traffic control. So where is the latest stuff here on Xavi Simmons being done? Here we go. Exclusive. Soon. Done deal and confirmed. Xavi Simmons will sign for Chelsea from Leipzig. Contract until 2032 with the option for 2033. I mean, this has gained some traction. It's got 1.4 million impressions right now with 13,000 likes, 3.1k dislikes. Not dislikes, likes, sorry. Retweets. Still early in the morning. Haven't had that second coffee yet. But yeah, this is interesting because he also did report on Hato. So maybe this is true. Maybe. I've just highlighted it there so you guys can see it. What do we think? I mean, this is the thing also. We heard on so many occasions last week about how these deals are being worked on. So, I mean, it could well be done. He's known for jumping the gun. Well, I mean, yeah, at least I called that out first, to be fair. I called that out before we even went through this. But yeah, Ornstein, Fabrizio, or Florian Plettenberg have been right up to date with this one. Although I don't think Ornstein's spoken about Xavi Simmons. Well, Chelsea have actually completed a signing today that isn't your Hato. Let's get it up. Chelsea, 18-year-old winger Jesse Derry signs in at Chelsea after deal sealed with Crystal Palace last week. The youngster, 18-year-old winger. It's another winger, guys. It's another potential stockpile talent. Thoughts on the Pires loan? I think it's a great loan. After seeing Andre Santos do so well at Strasbourg last season, I think Kendry's loan will be fantastic. And I think he just needs to settle in Europe. Like, it's a huge deal, right? Moving at that age from South America to a completely different environment. It's not like they're speaking his language either, predominantly, in England or France. Kendry's a young lad. There's distractions. There's also football. There's a lot to take in. Do a poll, George. We love polls. Well, give me a good poll. Give me a good poll. Strasbourg. Yeah. Well, the thing with doing transfer news and trying to build a profile off of it is if you've got 350,000 followers and you keep tweeting things that are wrong, you're not going to be a very reputable person anytime soon. So I get what people are trying to do. People are trying to do the whole, we're going to call everything early because then we look really good if it happens. We'll see. Let's also have a little look here at the Chelsea official account because they have confirmed look at this, guys. Get ready for this. You ready? Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that just outrageous? Simply remarkable. Unreal. Look at it. Take it in. Okay. Midfielder Kendry Pires has joined Ligue 1 side RC Strasbourg on a season-long loan. There he is. So he finally got confirmation. There's been a big question mark throughout the time. Is it going to be Esteval and Kendry in the squad? We now know it's just Esteval. And I think rightly so. I think what we've seen firsthand of Esteval's development means he's ready for the Prem. And I don't think Kendry is yet. Not to say that he's not ever going to be. Who will be better for Chelsea, Esteval or Pires? Difficult to say. Difficult to say. At the moment, I would say Esteval probably, I believe in him a bit more right now. Let me just quickly get up the Strasbourg announcement because apparently that was quite good. Okay, let's watch it together. You can't hear it, but I need to sort out so that we can get the audio playing through things. But then also it can be flipping dangerous, can't it? I mean, it's a beautifully shot piece of content, I won't lie. Very nice. I come here to create, inspire, and find openness with lightness, but always with purpose. Wow. My name is Kendry Pires, and I'm Strasbourgeois, bourgeois. Okay. I'm not going to lie, that was a very neat and tidy little announcement video there for Kendry. We're not going to play it through a second time. Just very nice, isn't it? Little bit of waffle in there, but we like it. Thank you, Declan Brennan, for the donation. Can I put a link to a lineup as to back up why I think we are getting Garnacho with Xavi and Palmer both 10s? Yeah, mate. I don't know how you can do that, but send it to me on X and I'll download it and put it up on the screen. We can go through it. Thank you for the super chat, mate. Shout out to you. Premier League or Champions League? Oh, if I had to choose, I think I'd win the Premier League next. I think it's just been so long since we won the Prem. I think it would be great. Like, we've already got 2 Champions Leagues. You know what I mean? Not that I will ever turn my nose up at a third one. But I think if I had to choose the next trophy for Chelsea to win out of those 2, I'd say let's win the Prem next. Yes, guys, make sure you do hit the like button on the stream. We're close to 1,500 of you in here now. Jackson for Vlahovic. Nah, we don't want Vlahovic, mate. Mr. Alexander Benson. Almost the same surname as me. Thank you for joining the GBFC Members Club. No news for the front of shirt sponsor. Not right now, but we did find out that the Damak deal for Chelsea ended up being around £1 million per match, which is absolutely outrageous. Such a good deal. To have that at the end of the season, nice little injection there. We do need a 30-goal-a-season striker. Are you trying to tell me that Vlahovic is a 30-goal-a-season striker? Hope not. I also don't think Jackson should be sold. I think Jackson should stay. Rodrigo or Isak for 100 million. I mean, I'm very surprised that people aren't... Why is this guy spamming? I'm very surprised people aren't trying to link Rodrigo more because the price is very good. I'm just going to try and time this guy out. If there's any mods in the chat, please keep an eye on people spamming. I can't grab it. Why is this glitching out? Tyree George should stay. Have I seen the photo of Xavi outside Stamford Bridge? Guys, it's not him. It is not him. Also, this news on Yashari, like, we don't need him. We literally don't need him. I don't see any reason why we would go and sign him. We've got Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo, Esugo, Santos, Dewsbury Hall. 6 very competent midfielders. We do not need to sign Yashari. Put up a picture of... Put up the picture. Thank you, Africa Prince. How many goals do I think is reasonable to expect from Palmer, Delap, and Esteval this year? Thank you for the super chat, bro. Between them all, Palmer, Delap, Esteval, I'm going to say 50 goals between them total. 50 goals in all competitions between those three. Because I think Palmer's going to score so many this year. I think Palmer will get 27 goals in all comps. I think Delap is going to score 17 and 6 for Esteval. Palmer's going to pop off. Mate, honestly, now that Maresca's realised we need to do something with this team to actually get the best out of him, it's a joke. It's a joke. Yashari is if Kiernan Dewsbury Hall is sold, I think. I don't know. I really don't think we need to spend that money. Final stream. This is the final stream before I fly to England, yes. Do a Rodrigo or Rogers poll. Okay, let's do a poll. If you could only sign one. I think we've done a Rodrigo and Rogers poll in the past, but we'll do it again now. The Rogers deal is off. When am I moving to Dubai? Thank you for the donation, Joshua. Officially, on the 27th of August, I will be officially in Dubai. Yashari would start in 90% of midfields. I'm a Bruges fan. Premier League midfields. Wow, okay. I mean, look, I'm not gonna discount that. I've never seen him play, I don't think. Or maybe I have seen him play because I've watched Club Bruges last season, but I don't remember him. And I definitely don't watch the Belgian league, sorry. Don't have the time for that, mate. We play next Friday. I know, man. So exciting. Literally 8 days to go, and then Chelsea are back out there. And that is going to be a fun starting lineup. That is going to be a fun match preview to make next week. Did I see Petrovic against Man United? I've not seen the highlights yet, but I do know that he conceded 4 goals. Aren't I going to miss the bridge? I've not lived in the UK since the beginning of 2020, so yeah, I do miss Stamford Bridge, but there's more things in life that I need to do outside of the UK, I think. So, positives and negatives. Do I know where to watch the preseason matches? I mean, I hope it's going to be on the flipping YouTube channel. No doubt it will be like a $5 on the app or something. But, yeah. Can I do some more content on what it's like living in Dubai or more GBFC? I'll probably do stuff on Instagram. How far do I expect Chelsea to go in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup? Those questions are always really difficult because these cup runs, you've always got to rely on not playing a big team early. Like what? That season when we played Man City in the first available round of the FA Cup and the League Cup. Lost both games out of the cups within one game. But obviously I want Chelsea to be able to compete with those top teams. We don't just want to be like, oh, we've got a hard draw. That means we're not going to win it. The Zone is showing the Of course the Zone is showing the friendlies. Of course they are. Legends. We love the Zone here. Well, there you go. We'll be watching it on the Zone. You're hearing that if Leipzig sells Seshko first, they can't afford to sell Simmons. They can't afford to sell him in the sense of like they'll be losing too many top players or what? Declan, thank you for the super chat, mate. Let me go and take a look on X and see what you've sent me. I'll just quickly respond to this super chat too. It's not loading. I'll come back to that one in a second. I don't see anything, mate. I can't see it. You messaged it directly to me or what? Sent a photo. Okay. Let me download that. All right. So Declan, who has sent in a couple of super chats today, has sent me this. Thank you, Zach. Thanks for the code. Got the 2025 World Champs kit. Of course, if you guys do want to get yourself the new Chelsea kit or anything from the Megastore this season, make sure you use the discount code GBFC10 with the link in the description of this stream and also the QR code on the screen. Let me show you Declan's, what's it called? Team. It's just taking me a while to get all these things added on. Yes, guys, hit that like button on the stream if you haven't already. Why is that saved as a document? Sorry, guys. Doing all of this stuff on one screen is literally near impossible sometimes. It's literally disappeared. What? Are you kidding me? I'm going to have to just screenshot it. It's a FootMob lineup builder. All right. Dedication to the cause right now. So, guys, this is Declan's team. Let us know what you think. I'm just going to put it up here. Maybe we put it on the right side of me for now. So what do we think of that? That is the lineup here. Sanchez in goal. Chalobah, Colwill, Hato, Caicedo, Fernandez, Gittins left wing, Simmons and Palmer in the dual 10s, Gusto on the right, and João Pedro up top. Could this work? What do we think to this team? Let me know. This is from Declan from a super chat. No Cucurella is the obvious standout there, but we've just signed Yoel Hato, so what do we think of this team? Is it too important that we don't have Cucurella or Reece James out there? I personally don't think we have too many games without those two. If Chelsea want to build a machine to win a Premier League, I think you need to have those two out there more often than not. Hato, I want to win trophies. Jury and Timber join Chelsea. Thank you. The name is D for the super chat. The problem with Esteval, you can't, if you're going to have a lineup like this, you can't have Esteval playing, I don't think. Esteval would have to play ahead of Palmer or Simmons. You can't just throw him on the right wing. People want to see those things, but like, this is what I mean. People don't understand how this formation works. So I'm seeing everybody, well, not everybody, a lot of people freaking out about Gusto instead of Neto and Esteval. It's not, it's a different kind of system, this. Gittins would be the touchline, holding the width winger, and Gusto would be up and down. Reece can't do the up and down, which is what makes it difficult. Gusto is a wing-back here, correct. Am I going to go to the World Cup next summer? I hope to. I'll definitely come out for the US for it, just purely to be on a good time zone to watch all the games. Have I seen Mercato Bayern's tweets? Let's have a look. Xavi Simmons wants Bayern and Bayern only. He's waiting on the clubs to reach an agreement, as I always reported. Chelsea and Arsenal are his backup plans. All right. This is hilarious. So, like, he's also saying Xavi wants Bayern and Bayern only, blah, blah, blah. And then within, like, seconds of tweeting that, he's like, Bayern have alternatives ready if a deal won't be finalised. This guy here, let me show you. I mean, he might be right. But this is what he's saying. It's just a lot of waffle in there, isn't there, really? Fabrizio said that Prem is his priority. Yeah, this guy is trying very hard, but it's only got 1,000 followers. When is Hato coming to Chelsea training? Probably at some point soon. So, yeah. Thank you, Edit King, for the super chat as well. Thank you, Tom Beckett, for the super chat too. He's a Bayern fan. Yeah, of course, mate. Of course he's a Bayern fan. We're going to get that rubbish off the screen now. I'm also going to remove the team, but Declan, that was not a rubbish team. That was a good one to see. Thank you. Alfredo Pedula says soon for Simmons. Let's have a little look. When did he say that? I mean, it would be amazing if we got 2 deals done here, wouldn't it? Also want to say a big thank you to channel partner Supreme CBD. We've got a discount code Benson40 for 40% off all products at Supreme CBD. It makes it literally so cheap. If you want to check that out, link in the description, QR code on the screen too. I'm going to quickly go and have a little look now for Alfredo Pedula, who's another journalist. Also a big journalist with nearly 400,000 followers, whose bio says bread, soccer, and market. Searching through now, looking for his latest on Simmons. When did you guys last see his update on Xavi Simmons? 5 hours ago. Okay, there you go. Let's see if it's true. Thank you, Zach. I keep Cucurella over Hato since he's proven himself. Bro, why do these people just spam? Nathan, thank you for the super chat. Neto or Esteval on the right wing for Chelsea next season? I think Neto will be the starter, and I think Esteval will be coming off the bench at first. Leipzig want Nkunku, apparently. If that's true, then that surely has to help us here, because if Leipzig want Nkunku, and Nkunku would be happy to go there, like, that's literally perfect. Guys, I'm going to quickly go and put a coffee pod in. I'll be right back. Hello. I'm still live. Oh, Aubrey. Literally went to make a coffee, mate. And then I've come back and we have got a 70 Real super chat. And it says, thanks for the great content. Much love from Channel from South Africa. Let's secure Xavi and maybe a shot stopper. I agree. People are saying here we go as if I've just got back. Trust me, you lot, you need to understand something, okay? I know how you operate now. All right? As soon as Benson goes and makes a coffee, goes for a piss, comes back, all of you are out here to get me. It's not true. It's not true. I'm going to start taking my phone with me. This is abusive. Abusive behavior. Thank you very much, Aubrey, for the super chat, mate. Thank you. Appreciate it. And I just realized it was not Real. It was Rand. My bad. Frankie de Jong is going to sign a new deal with Barcelona. It's interesting. He didn't say it, bro. He didn't say it. I'm literally on his account right now. He might have sent it to you in private because you paid him a cameo. Thank you, Matthew. If you could bring one back, Gallagher, Felix, Havertz, or Mount, I'd bring back Gallagher. Thank you for the super chat, mate. All right, okay, listen, guys. I'm going to go and pick up my coffee. I'm going to be gone for 15 seconds, okay? So you can try and get me again if you want, but I think it's nonsense. Hello, Mr. Dogman. It's done. All right, here we go, mate. Here we go. Look at you lot. It's actually quite funny, I'm not going to lie. Like, I feel like a little child. There we land. It would actually be fantastic, wouldn't it? If we genuinely did get a here we go in those 15 seconds that I walk to the kitchen. In the car? Okie doke. Deal is sealed. Maybe soon, maybe soon. Georgie has arrived. She's going out to film a reel in the car. Here we go. Confirmed. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button on the stream. It does help to get the streams out there to more people. Much appreciated. Now, the Hatto one was... I had a good feeling about that one yesterday. I was pretty sure that one was going to come through yesterday. What happens to Amari Kellerman? Fab just said the deal is at 71%. Did he actually? No, he didn't. If we're going to start breaking it down into extra 1 percentiles, then nah, mate. Aaron Ramsdale completed his medical and he's set to sign in at Newcastle on initial loan. Ramsdale to Newcastle. Just confirmed Xavi Simons to Chelsea. Bro, I've seen, we've literally, if you scroll back through the stream a little bit, we've literally gone and looked at this guy's profile. I think Neto deserves to start after those performances. Bro, I think Pedro Neto is a starter right now for Chelsea. After what we saw at the Club World Cup, he was absolutely fantastic. I know you were joking, but it would be quite funny now. Like, I'm already not a fan of the whole 70%, 80% thing. Like, I think it's ridiculous. But if it got to a point where we were breaking it down then by individual percent, then it would just be too much. Playing Neto in goal. Been a fan of mine for 3 years now. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you. How hard was it to leave the UK permanently? Well, I actually left the UK at the beginning of 2020 because I was going through a bit of a rough time. And I went to Bali to kind of, because I had a lot of friends there and I knew that Bali was a place where I felt good. So I went there for like a month, planned to stay there for like 2 months. And then COVID happened. So, yeah. And as soon as COVID happened, I'm like, I'm not going to go back to the UK where they're going to freak out and everything is going to be like impossible to just live a normal life. So I'll stay in Bali, where we're on an island. And as I expected, the restrictions weren't so bad. So I think I was probably in the best place in the world. Wow, interesting. Lucas Paqueta found not guilty of spot fixing by an independent regulatory commission. Paqueta was charged with 4 alleged breaches for being booked intentionally, but has now been cleared. The regulatory commission upheld charges against Paqueta of non-cooperation with an appropriate sanction to be decided. Paqueta, since the first day of this investigation, I have maintained my innocence against these extremely serious accusations. I can't say anything more at this time, but I would like to express how grateful I am to God and how eager I am to return to playing football with a smile on my face, to my wife who never let go of my hand, to West Ham United, to the fans who always cheered me on, and to my family, friends, and the legal team who supported me. Thank you for everything. So Paqueta not guilty. 2 super chats just came in as well. Thank you to Nathan. Or is that these old ones? What are the green names in the chat? I don't know. What are the green names in the chat? I don't know how someone's got a green name, but they do. Why did chat say here we go? Because the GBFC chat absolutely love to go with some waffle. All right, Matt Law, I can see you guys are saying Matt Law's given an update. There's actually been a few tweets in recent moments. Let's see what Matt Law's saying. Oh no. Oh goodness. Here we go. Chelsea have no fears over Alejandro Garnacho's character after conducting background checks. Club now playing a waiting game over potential bid. Also news on Simmons, Tyreek George, Broja, Guiu, and the not-so-strange case of Mamadou Sarr. Should we open this one up? Chelsea have no concerns over the... Let me check if you guys can see this. Move it slightly. And then put the camera box down the bottom. And wedge the camera in there. Sorry, that's just really bugging me that it's not in the box properly. Chelsea have no concerns over the character of transfer target Alejandro Garnacho after carrying out a series of background checks on the out-of-favour Man United winger. Garnacho has been a long-term target of Chelsea, who are understood to be the favoured destination of the Argentine this summer. Chelsea are expected to make an offer for Garnacho before the transfer window shuts, but may have to wait for United's search for a new striker to come to an end, with the Old Trafford club hoping to sign Benjamin Sesko. I said that to you guys this morning in the news video, that whatever Chelsea do here for Garnacho probably has a huge impact on, or will be hugely impacted by what United do for their striker. Chelsea also need to make sales or loan players out to create space for more attackers, with Nkunku and Broja among those expected to leave permanently, and Mark Yu and Tyreek George to move on loan. Chelsea have held talks over signing RB Leipzig Xavi Simmons, but his arrival would not shut the door on a move for Garnacho if the club can make room for both players. So that does mean that Nkunku and Armando Broja will probably be the players that will have to leave Chelsea. What do we think? What do we think? Going backwards and forwards right now. So the Garnacho story is a repost here from Fabrizio from July 23rd. And this was Garnacho wants Premier League move and Chelsea remain again attentive to the situation. No club-to-club talks, but still one of the names on the short list. That's a repost now from Fabrizio. Interesting. Maybe we might get some clarity on this today. Maybe now that we're seeing from Matt Law about Chelsea's interest in Garnacho. I really hope that it isn't Garnacho or Simmons. I really hope it's both, if anything, because Simmons, I think, is a great signing for Chelsea when it comes to the amount of different options we would get from him. Garnacho is purely a left winger, and we've already signed Gittins for 50 million plus. So don't mind me whilst I don't get all that excited about Garnacho right now. But I think Chelsea will go in for a deal for like 25 mil, with it probably in the end going up to 30. We are getting Simmons. I hope so, man. Hope so. If we get Xavi Simmons, like, I genuinely feel like we can all just get very excited. Like, Hato's a very good signing, yes, but I think Simmons completes the Chelsea attack. Have I seen the news on Ardon Yashari? I keep saying his name wrong. Yes. Chelsea Dodgers tweet. It's probably just rehashing the stuff at the moment. Yeah, thank you, Lance Pick. You're a very good person to deliver us the updates. Actually, I've seen your name pop up quite a few times when it comes to letting us know that people have tweeted stuff. Yeah, Dodgers said the same thing as Matt Law, so. Ben Jacobs just did the eyes on Garnacho. We're going to get him and his brother. Well, could be the case, guys. Could well be the case right now. Chelsea do seem to be very much on the case of Garnacho. Let's have a look at Ben Jacobs. Why does it keep joining me in the middle of someone's page? 5 minutes ago, Ben Jacobs did post this. Absolute Chelsea from 20 hours ago. Chelsea are still pushing to sign Garnacho, who is keen on a move. Man United are wanting at least £40 million. 40 million is a lot. 30 million, I think, could end up being a bargain. Let's see. $30 million maximum. Check Dodgers Xavi tweet. What's he saying? Okay, I'll go and have a look. Let's lean in a little bit. Looks like things are getting interesting here regarding Chelsea's attacking signings. Xavi Simmons and Alejandro Garnacho at the moment seem to be the names floating around. So this is the latest also here, which is a bit more of a breakdown of Matt Law's post, which I think we kind of just gave up on. I don't know why I didn't read the rest of it. Chelsea are yet to make an official bid for Xavi Simons following their initial inquiry, but there is optimism a deal can be clinched. RB Leipzig are interested in 3 Chelsea players, Breuer, George and Chukwuemeka. And I'm very surprised that we don't see Nkunku's name in there, which tells me that that might not actually be the case. Leipzig want Breuer, George and Chukwuemeka. So how do we do this then? Because let's say, for example, RB Leipzig aren't a joke of a club, man. Like Leipzig operate. If Leipzig sell Seshko and Simons, I don't think they're going to be like, yeah, we'll take Armando Breuer and Chukwuemeka and that'll be it. Job done. Do you know what I mean? Armando Breuer does make sense because Benjamin Seshko will be sold, but Armando Breuer's career is just like currently, I don't know. I still think there's a good player in there, and I still think there's a striker that could do well, but I don't know. Would RB Leipzig really look at this and think, yeah, we'll sign Breuer, he can replace Seshko, and then that will give Chelsea more of a better deal for Simons? Like, I don't know, man. $50 million for Carney and Breuer, George loan. Injuries hurt him. Yeah, no, for real. And he was a very good striker. There's nothing like doing a stream and sipping a nice warm coffee in the morning when it's cold outside. Unreal. We can't keep them all. No, we can't keep them all. And this is what I mean, right? I don't see a future for Armando Breuer or Chukwuemeka at Chelsea. So if there is any element of truth in what Matt Law is saying here, and Leipzig are interested in those players, and Chelsea could maybe get a deal done, if that's the case, then this is amazing. But I don't see it being that simple. But let's see if there is some kind of trade here with some cash for Leipzig and Chelsea. Let's see. You're drinking cornmeal porridge. Wow. All right, guys, if you're in the stream, make sure you hit that like button. We're pretty low on likes today. I'm not going to lie. You guys have been good recently. We've been hitting nearly 1,000 on every single stream. We're not even at 500 today, so smash that like button for me and subscribe to GBFC if you are new and haven't already done so. We're uploading new videos every day. We've been streaming every single day, and unfortunately, we're going to take a 2-day break from streaming now. I'll be back on Saturday. Because I'm flying back to the UK. I'm not leaving right now, don't worry. I'm going to stay live for a little bit longer. Hit that like button, everyone. Anyone think a loan for George to Sunderland might be a good deal? I mean, maybe. Maybe. Sunderland are going to have a big squad. I feel like Sunderland this coming season are going to be a bit like when Nottingham Forest first came up. When they just signed so many players. They got Andre Santos on loan as well. And it just didn't really work. Ezekiel here has put up a little post. That comment is quite a good one. Disasi 25 mil, Chilwell 5 million. I think even if we got rid of Chilwell for free at this point. Alfie Gilchrist 5 mil, Sterling 15, Viega 35, Dewsbury Hall 30, Ugo Chukwu 25, Carney 25. I mean, let's do the maths there. What would that be? So if we add up all of those, plus 15, if that was to end up being true, plus 25, plus 25, plus 35, plus 20, plus 60. That's £280 million, which is an obscene amount of money to be made from those players. But again, I don't think we're going to get those prices for those players. It'd be lovely if it was. 280 million. Datro Fofana too. Datro Fofana is also a player that could be sold this summer. Again, someone else who didn't really get a chance at Chelsea and has also been very unlucky with injuries again. 280 million, man. Xavi Simons, here we go, bro. You're lying. Why are you lying? Masters at selling. Yeah, we are very good at selling. That's undeniable. But there's also that a lot of the prices there. I think even 5 million for Ben Chilwell. I think we'd be lucky to even get 5 mil. I don't think anyone's going to buy him, and I like Chile. I still think Chilwell can be a great footballer somewhere. Need that next Xavi Simons is getting closer tweet, bro. Honestly, like I've had enough of it. I'm so happy yesterday that it was just a relief when we saw that deal had actually gone through and we're actually going to sign him, because there was part of me thinking we have literally just all, like I even woke up like thinking, like the first thought that comes into, you know, when you open your eyes, my first thought is normally what's the weather like, because that will determine my whole routine for the morning. But I was literally like thinking about Jorel Hato and Xavi Simons in my sleep. It's just a bit odd at this point. So, yeah, to have Hato done now is great. Delighted. Did I see the rumour that Timber said if you want to win trophies, go to Chelsea? Is any of that actually true? Like, sometimes I do wonder what is said behind closed doors, and I'm pretty sure even Yuri and Timber would be joking about that, but I think people are just trying to frame him for that after what happened with Maresca. I don't think he said that, bro. Once the Simmons deal is done, we're getting you on GBFC to do a tactics video, bro. We can do a live together, or a vid. If you guys don't know who Connor Holden Football is in the chat, he's going places, I'm telling you now. Not just in the Chelsea space, but just in the football space in general. Very, very good, well thought out tactical videos. He knows his stuff. I've been enjoying watching him recently, so go and check out his channel. Connor Holden Football. He's commenting there, so you guys can click him in the chat. Absolutely down, for sure. Can I make my mic louder? I need to, once I finally get into a new setup, I'm gonna, because I bought these, you guys can see maybe here, I've got this cable. I finally, after all these years, have upgraded my setup. I also bought these bad boys, some decent Audio Technica editing headphones, because if you're gonna buy an audio interface, then you should probably consider actually paying serious attention to what your videos sound like, so. Noble910 has just delivered an absolute bomb there. If your audio sounds low, just turn up the volume. That is revolutionary, I tell you, mate. Well, to be fair, we've actually had some updates throughout the course of this stream today. Let's also talk a little bit here about Mudryk, because if we put the news conveyor belt going on, where you can see what the latest is today regarding Chelsea. Let me quickly open up the Mudryk folder. Did I get another trim? Yeah, yesterday I got a trim. To be fair, it's weird. In America, I feel like every haircut I've had in the US, not only is it stupidly overpriced, but they're also in a rush to get you out the chair. And I know that you can obviously say, like, yeah, do this, do a bit of that, do a bit of this, do a bit of that. But I'm not going to lie to you, right? Every time I'm in the barbershop, I actually do think it looks all right. And then I leave, and then I'm like, it's not actually all right. But anyway, this is the latest update on Mudryk. Finance expert Stefan Borson on Mudryk's case. It's slightly different to the Mutu case because that was cocaine. From what we can gather, this is a performance enhancer. I think it is possible they could sue. It's probably unlikely, but it is possible. Remember, there's a lot of money at stake here. If he is banned for most of his career, Chelsea's losses are absolutely enormous on the deal. Which is true. And at the moment, we don't hear anything about Chelsea not paying Mudryk. He's probably still getting paid under contract at Chelsea. And if you've taken a performance-enhancing drug, and this is where I've been talking about this Mudryk thing for months, right? And I'll say the same thing because my opinion hasn't changed. And at this point, it's still, for me, it's up for debate here. Because as much as he clearly had substances in his system that weren't allowed, that doesn't necessarily mean that he has willingly and knowingly consumed said substance, right? And I just find the whole thing just a little bit fishy. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist in general. I'm very much somebody who will question everything that I'm told. I'm not going to just take what someone's telling me and be like, yeah, that's got to be 100% true. Because there is a lot of examples in this world where that is not what's happening and what's going on. There is always something a little bit more to it. We do have an update here regarding Jesse Derry. Let me get it up. It's a hard one to cover because no matter which way I talk about it, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, well, you're just saying that because it's a conspiracy. Yeah, whatever, mate. I just don't see I can't get my head into the space of a professional footballer who's got the world at his feet. Why would you knowingly take something that you know is going to get banned, is going to get you banned? And this is why it's also very difficult when different countries have different rules, right? And this was all done on international break. So, yeah. It's a difficult one to cover, but it's hard to believe that Mudryk would do something purposefully to jeopardize his career. All right, let's take a look at the latest news on Jesse Derry. Chelsea, Fabrizio Romano here. Official, Jesse Derry leaves Crystal Palace and joins Chelsea. Agreement sealed. And he's got the number 10 shirt here, which means he's obviously going into the development squad because he's absolutely, I can confirm, not taking the number 10 from Cole Palmer. Again, that's me trying to jump the gun with the news there, but I'm almost categorically clear and certain here that he is not the new number 10. But Jesse Derry has joined Chelsea. Another signing. Boys. Great stuff. I mean, I don't know anything about this geezer, but I mean, why not? I'm at the point now with Chelsea, right, where I'm sold on the project, which has taken me years to get to that point. I think we've got a manager right now that is a good manager, very good manager potentially, and I think we've got a great squad of players. So with that, you get optimism, you get excitement. So if we want to sign Jesse Derry from Crystal Palace, go on then, mate. Go on then, mate. This guy is Todd Cantwell 2.0. That's funny. I think just because he's got a bit of a different haircut, people are, there's a lot of comparisons already being made to Grealish, and you guys are throwing in Todd Cantwell's name here. Marvu is saying he's a serious baller. It's a signing. Max Dowman from Arsenal does look really good. Yeah, he does, and I think he's going to get minutes this season too. But yeah, Jesse Derry to Chelsea, boys and girls. As I've said throughout the stream, guys, if you do want to get yourselves the new Chelsea kit or anything this season, we've got the third kit coming out soon, which is going to be unbelievable. Make sure you use the QR code on the screen and the link in the description will take you to the Megastore. The code GBFC10 gets you 10% off everything at the Megastore, not just the shirt, everything. And of course, I'll be honest with you, I do get a kickback from it. There is a little payment commission that comes my way, so it supports me and gets you a discount. So all in all, there isn't really a better partnership we could have here on GBFC. The next Grealish, I start reading, but hopefully better. Yes, hopefully. Grealish is a good player. You feel like Mudryk would be the best winger in the Prem one day? Maybe. So Mudryk was on international duty with Ukraine, and then there was a drug test done, and there was a banned substance found, which meant that we had to take him out because he couldn't play with, obviously, that kind of thing lingering over him. And then the B test, the sample for the B test, took significantly longer than pretty much any other deal that we've ever seen in this kind of case. Thank you, Matt, for the $10 super chat, mate. Appreciate it. Matt is also the reason why I'll be going to Chelsea Crystal Palace on the opening day of the season. So Matt is the biggest legend that we have in the GBFC streams. Remember that Mudryk went viral after that Instagram video that he took of the older gentleman at the gym. Could have been backlash from that. I mean, there's so many things it could be, could have been, and that it is, maybe. The whole gym thing, we also have to pay attention to the fact that he spends a lot of time in the gym. There's that famous video where Thiago Silva is kind of mocking and joking about Mudryk's muscles, and he did look like he was just stacked, didn't he? Like, he didn't look necessarily like a footballer. He looked like somebody who was lifting weights a lot in the gym, which obviously footballers also do lift weights in the gym. We all know that. But in that period of time, like, maybe there was something that he had or took. Who knows, man? Who knows? I think that there must be something fishy going on. That's my thought. Shoot me down for it. When does preseason begin? Boys, preseason starts in 5 days. Chelsea players are back on the 4th. Oh, Nizar tweet on Esteval. I'm actually getting so excited now. Really, really excited, because these friendlies, we're going to see so many players playing for the first time. Chelsea plan for Esteval Willian. All right, there's a BBC article here about Esteval from an hour ago. We're going to go through this one because I, for one, am very excited about Esteval Willian. So let me quickly change the size of this. All right, let's go through this then from Nizar Kinsella on the BBC. Just make it slightly bigger again so you can see. Okay, let's read this. Chelsea winger Esteval Willian will meet his teammates when they return to the UK on Monday, the 4th of August, following their Club World Cup triumph. The 18-year-old cost an initial £29 million, rising to £51 million as Chelsea beat a host of other teams to the youngster's signature, notably Paris Saint-Germain, who produced a rival bid, along with Real Madrid, Barcelona and Bayern Munich. Even this in itself, man, beating these teams of this stature for Esteval, is just fantastic. The choice to join Chelsea was driven by belief in their project, as well as the offer of a substantial role in his first season, as Esteval aims to join the Brazil national team for the next World Cup in 2026. So this, for me, is enough to suggest that Enzo Maresca is going to play him in there. Do you know what? I think I'm going to do a video on this because I don't know. I feel like Esteval's just going under the radar a little bit. So we're going to go through this a bit more in the second video of the day. I'm buzzing, man. The 4th of August, that's when the players get back training, and then it is literally straight in. And I think the thing is, right, people are like, this is not really a pre-season. We've not had much time. The players are just going to be absolutely flipping buzzing still off the fact that we're world champions. We just won a trophy, what? It'd be 3 weeks ago nearly, just over 3 weeks ago by the time the players are reconvened. They've all been and had nice holidays. Going on a nice holiday when you've just achieved something, trust me. I'm sure many of you can relate to that because it's like the last couple of days before you know you're about to go on a 2-week holiday or a week holiday or whatever. Those last couple of days at work, you're like, yeah, I'm just going to push here. And then when you leave the office or whatever, it's like, yes. So yeah, guys, if you're in the stream, make sure you hit the like button on the stream and subscribe to GBFC if you are new and haven't already done so. Paulinho to Spurs. Is he good? Yes, he is, actually. He's a very good player. Did very well at Fulham. I think that's a very smart signing from Spurs. Esteval, the Brazilian Hazard. Honestly, I'm so excited for him. Watching him in the flesh, too. Like, I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Watching when you watch football inside a stadium, you can watch an individual player that the camera angles from the television won't show you. And I was doing that with Esteval because I'm like, this is the first time I've ever seen him in the flesh. First time I've ever watched him live, not on TV. So I just was watching his movement, just seeing where he ended up on the pitch, in and out of possession. And he's so smart. So smart. And for an Enzo Maresca team, I think Esteval is going to fit like a glove. I think he's going to be such a threat for Chelsea, potentially off the bench and also in Champions League games and whenever we get to see him play, really. I'm very, very excited. I love how you've just gone Xavi to Chelsea, here we go. And then within like 3 seconds, you're like, I'm trolling. Cheers, bro. Any news on Fofana coming back? Nothing yet. Nothing yet. We're still waiting on that. Hato should get 26 squad number. To give him JT's number straight away. Is Chelsea going on tour somewhere? No, mate. We already had our tour because we're world flipping champions. Matt, you were literally sat directly behind me, bro. I remember. You remember? I couldn't speak. Couldn't speak. Rodrigo. Yeah, get involved with the poll. That's been there for nearly an hour. How have I been streaming for an hour and 25 minutes? Like, since when? 54% of you have said that you'd rather have Rodrigo over Morgan Rogers. Bro, he has not done the here we go. I'm gonna time you out for 5 minutes for that. Just getting brutal here in the old GBFC live. Ideal Chelsea lineup. We're going to do more of these next week because we've got sit and talk, repeat for an hour and a half. Honestly, I love streaming. Like, I actually enjoy streaming more than I enjoy making videos, which I love making videos, don't get me wrong, but I love streaming just because it's the easiest way that I can actually just talk to you lot. What time is my flight tomorrow? In the evening. So I'll hopefully try and do a video at the airport or just before. Yeah, this season's going to be mad, bro. Streaming means no editing. Well, to be fair, I purposely make my videos relatively basic anyway because it's difficult because I could spend more time, and sometimes I do spend more time on the videos, and that's clear when you watch the video. But also, like in the transfer season, things change minute by minute. So I'm not going to spend 12 hours to work on one piece of content that will be irrelevant 5 hours after I post it. But there will be a time in the season where there's going to be lots of new stuff happening on GBFC. There will be videos where I do spend a lot more time on them because there's more going on. Ironically, there's actually more going on when Chelsea aren't playing football than when we are. New season is very much like, and this would be advice I'd give to people. Just focus on being as up to date as possible because everyone's looking for the same information, right? And we all get the same information. I could go down the path of being like, oh, hi, like, is there any way I can, dig for information? I could try and be like my own source, but I just don't want to go down that path. Which is why I always say to people, like, I give my opinions on the news that we see. That's what GBFC is. But anyway, guys, I know there's 1,500 of you in here right now, but I do have to pack my bags because I have to leave this place in a couple of hours. So I've got to pack everything up. I've got to tidy up the house. I've got a hoover. Georgie's behind me, and I don't expect her to hoover everything because I am the hooverer, all right? She's the chef, and I am the hoover. So, I'll quickly answer that question, though, before I go. When are we getting a GBFC gaming series? As soon as I move to Dubai, I'm buying a PS5. I almost said a PS6 then. I'm like, that doesn't exist, so I can't do that. So I'm gonna get a PS5. We're going to do an FC 26 Chelsea career mode on stream. Football Manager, oh my word. I might have to... Georgie's going to go to somewhere and write her book for a week so that I can just stream Football Manager non-stop. That's a lie, by the way. She might do that. But I will be streaming FM 26 too. Guys, if you're in the stream and you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to GBFC. Hit the like button if you can as well. It just helps the stream to kind of get seen by people after the stream is finished. This will be the last stream for the next 2 days. So I will be back on Saturday afternoon, hopefully, because I'll be in the UK then. So if there is any updates of the weekend, the streams will be back. I'm enjoying doing these ones. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you are new, and I will catch you in this afternoon's video. There will be a second news video out today because there's lots of stuff to go through again. Thank you, guys. I'll speak to you in a bit. Ciao.